is no. Mr Speaker, we will be voting against this bill.
Dr. Rajan Prasad.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. It's a pleasure to take a call on a bill from the Honourable Shane Jones about an organisation that probably is one of the most respected organisations in the state system in New Zealand. And so I do want to acknowledge the work of the Ombudsman, all of them, and their staff. I have been involved with them. I've seen them operate from many different positions I've held, and certainly want to acknowledge the diligence and the timeliness of the work they do. They're one of the most trusted organisations, and certainly one whose assistance is often called when a citizen is at the end of their tether, whoever that citizen may be. So I wanted to acknowledge that, sir. The second point I wanted to make is that really there is a wonderful elegance in the primary proposal in this bill. It actually does, it will force a discipline amongst government departments, particularly those against whom complaints are made regularly. And indeed, I agree with the member. And so to come up with something that actually says, and I must admit, I say to Mr Jones, I've never thought of this, but it does actually require all government departments, if this bill passes, to actually internalise a discipline about timely response. But not only that, but actually not subject themselves to complaints that can be withheld, or can be upheld rather. So there are many examples of that, and because there is the ability in government departments to prevaricate, and with all of the might of these huge departments and all of the resources they produce, to prevaricate, to take their time, and really disable citizens from accessing their primary right to information and redress in what is the ultimate public servant, which is the Ombudsman. That's what the Ombudsman is, the ultimate public servant, a servant of the public. And they've internalised that. So here what this bill is saying, that if a complaint is made against you, charges are involved, and of course the bill also says that the Ombudsman's office will set guidelines as to how this is to operate, then be warned that the costs incurred will fall on you. Now, I know that on the department, and never on you, Mr. Speaker. I would never impugn you like that at all. But that will breed a discipline. I mean, I would have expected members opposite to understand this, because in all of the social development and social welfare and benefit reform work that they've been doing, they want to put incentives in. And they're actually disincentives, but you know, they put the ability to punish those who do not carry on. But why is it that members opposite have not applied their mind to the elegant simplicity of this bill?
Elegance.
Absolute of the bill. And so it does do that. At the same time, I say to the member from the north, it actually also addresses a problem. Because remember, this office, the Ombudsman is an officer of Parliament. This is an officer of this place we're talking about. So here, and then that office often has had to come to Parliament, cap in hand, asking for small amounts of money to get their complaints done. And they have done that quite regularly. So it addresses that problem. It addresses the problem, the issue of breeding discipline amongst government departments. So it ticks off both those things. But finally, Mr. Speaker, what it does, it actually enables, and there is a list of complaints one could go through, examples of misuse, often by ministers, government departments, etc., where they prevaricate. A piece of information is asked for, not provided, and it goes into, the spin machine actually works overtime. Of course, this government uses that strategy a lot. Maybe that is why they are so defending touchy about this particular issue. So it is a good bill, it is an elegant bill, it addresses a number of questions, and I commend this to the House. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Is this a point of order? Right Honourable Winston Peters.
If I can get the sound system on. I seek leave of the House to table a letter dated 12/9/2012 from a constituent who asserts, amongst other things, that it will stop abuse of the Ombudsman's agency by less than upfront entities and generally supports legislation. Dated the 12th of September.
And that's a letter to you?
No, letter to my colleague.
A letter to your colleague?
Yes.
Leave is sought to table that document. Is there anyone opposed to that course of action? There is none. The call goes to David Bennett.
Thank you, Mr.